In this video, we're going to take you on a virtual tour of some of the most beautiful places in the world and unravel the spectacular places. Welcome to Road to Adventure. Have you ever seen a place that's so stunning that it seems unreal? And if you have, drop a comment below. Now sit back, relax, and join us as we discover the most stunning places in the world. Number 20. Salt Flats of Salar de Uyuni. No place pulls a better monochrome than the stunning salt flats of Salar de Uyuni, where the sky meets the earth, creating a beautiful mirage of what can only be called the biggest mirror in the world. Stretching for over 4,500 miles, this mythical place is the biggest tourist attraction in Bolivia. With more than 12 billion tons of salt, you're looking at the largest salt flat in the whole world. Super rich in minerals, did you know that salt flats of Uyuni are home to the largest lithium reserves in the world? Spend a night in the charming village of Corichiana to get to see the largest salt processing plant in the country. Or hop on a guided Jeep tour to capture the many natural wonders of the area, from hot springs to lakes and volcanoes. Featuring nothing but white land against drifting white clouds, this place might just be a piece of heaven on earth. Number 19. Santorini. Santorini, situated among the Cyclades Islands, is a feast for the eyes and is rightfully considered the most photographed destination in Greece. This island village, which rises above the Aegean Sea's glistening blue waves, is perfect for honeymooners. It offers plenty of beautiful scenery for romantic strolls with your someone special. The city's Cycladic architecture, distinguished by whitewashed dwellings and magnificent blue basilicas, provides the ideal contrast to the surrounding hues of the land, sea, and sky. And to put a cherry on top, Greek art, history, culture, and architecture are exquisitely depicted in the cascading villas and winding lanes. For these reasons and more, Santorini definitely makes the cut for being one of the most beautiful places on Earth. Number 18. Iguazu Falls, Argentina. As one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, the Iguazu waterfalls are truly a sight you want to visit at least once in your life. Poised between Argentina and Brazil, this cascading waterfall is surrounded by lush rainforest, boasting over 2,000 plant species and an abundance of wildlife. Where an incredible volume of water flows down as the Iguazu and Parana rivers meet, creating a stunning myriad of water splashes you can see nowhere else on Earth. With a collection of 275 cascades, did you know the Iguazu waterfalls are actually the largest system of waterfalls in the world? Twice the size of Niagara Falls. With water coming down at an incredible speed of 45,000 cubic feet per second, this overwhelming water show is sure to leave you spell, sight, and sense bound. Number 17. Mount Fuji, Japan. Attracting over 300,000 visitors every year in a span of just 2 months, Mount Fuji is hands down the most majestic-looking mountain in the world. And if you think this mighty Fujisan is just an average snow-capped hill, you might want to think again. Because, well, Mount Fuji is actually an active volcano. But don't worry, there haven't been any volcanic eruptions since 1707. The mountain is made up of 3 separate volcanoes, Komatek at the bottom, Kofuji in the middle, and Fuji right on top. Surrounded by stunning lakes and a sea of cherry blossoms, this mythical place is going to take your breath away. And while Mount Fuji is not as high as the highest peaks in the world, it is the most climbed mountain in history. In fact, the first person to climb it was a 7th century monk. And if you're not a hiking person, you can also enjoy the fascinating view from the ground. With a square meal at Lake Kawaguchiko, you can experience the symmetrical beauty of this mountain from a distance. Revered as sacred and holy in Japanese culture, Mount Fuji is a must-see for those traveling to this beautiful land of the rising sun. Number 16. Cliffs of Moher, Ireland. Attention all adventure junkies. If you're looking to check off some insane bucket list activities like cliff jumping, then the Cliffs of Moher is the place for you. Running for an incredible stretch of 14 kilometers, the Cliffs of Moher are the biggest tourist attraction in Ireland. Rising 700 feet over the rugged Atlantic coastline, the Moher Cliffs are not only a unique challenge for cliff divers, but are also a true natural masterpiece. Did you know these cliffs served as a filming location in a Harry Potter movie? It's no wonder that it attracts more than 1.5 million visitors every year. Number 15. Namib, Naukluft National Park. If your list of beautiful bucket travels still have deserts left unchecked, well, we've got you sorted. But before we go any further, take a second to hit that like and subscribe button to see more videos like this. Welcome to the incredible deserts of Namibia, where a seamless desertscape rubs shoulders with rugged mountains and shifting sand dunes. Yes, the deserts of the Sahara are the biggest and most popular desert in Africa. But did you know the Namib Desert is actually the oldest desert in the world? In fact, this incredible desert dates back more than 50 million years. No wonder it's also home to the tallest sand dune on the planet, the Dune 7. At 388 meters long, this mighty sand structure will have you gasping in awe. The towering dunes, canyons, and gravel plains of Namibia present an unorthodox but truly stunning picture of travel. In this unique landscape, you'll only find bits of vegetated riverbeds where you can catch a glimpse of the fascinating desert wildlife. And if you're lucky, you might even spot a Hara-Manat's zebra or meet the world's largest land mammal, the Demeratan elephant. And while most of us head for the lush hillsides or the sunny beachside, we must admit it, there is something eerie and beautiful about this desert, which continues to draw travelers from around the world. Number 14. Grand Prismatic Spring in Wyoming. Want to see what a rainbow looks like in the water? Well, look no further, as the Grand Prismatic Spring gives you a little sneak peek into just that. Ringed and colorful like a rainbow. Did you know the Grand Prismatic Spring is the largest hot spring in the U.S.? In fact, at a diameter of 370 feet and 160 feet deep, the Grand Prismatic Spring is actually the third largest hot spring in the world. Situated in the Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming, the Grand Prismatic Spring is one of the most photographed thermal features. And why wouldn't it be? Where bright bands of orange, yellow, and green form separate rings around the blue water, creating one of the most incredible works of nature known to man. Now, you're probably wondering how this unique coloration came to be. Well, here's the science. The mineral-rich water from the spring is so hot, it's unable to sustain most forms of aquatic life. But some heat-loving bacteria are lucky enough to survive and thrive, even in this extremely hot bubbling water. And as you keep moving towards the edges, the temperature drops, and more types of bacteria with different color pigments are able to grow. This creates microbial mats in the water that reflect the sunlight to bless us with the only rainbow-colored water body in the world. Number 13. Rainbow Mountains of China. But deep in the foothills of the Wulingyuan Mountains of China lies another rainbow treat. A colorful spread of rolling mountains draped in vibrant hues. This looks like Earth's paint palette. A true geological wonder of the world, the Rainbow Mountains of China are a global tourist fave. Located in the Gansu province of China, did you know that these delightful mountains sprawl over a massive area of 200 square miles? Some will argue that this is the coolest place on Earth, where a vibrant display of rocks is sure to leave you speechless. But what makes it so colorful? Artistically striped in shades of red, yellow, blue, and green, the Rainbow Mountains have taken millions of years to form and were, in fact, once part of the ocean floor. But over time, layers of rock sediments have now slowly eroded away thanks to wind and soil erosion, exposing the colored minerals underneath. Dotted with countless pillars and ravines, the Rainbow Mountains are definitely one of the most amazing landscapes to see in China. Can you think of any other rainbow mountains in the world? Let us know in the comments below. Number 12. Bamboo Forest in Japan. One of the most photographed sites in Kyoto, the Bamboo Forest of Japan, is a truly unique sight. Even after being the most photographed, no picture can capture the overwhelming feeling of standing amidst this one-of-a-kind forest. The 500-tall bamboo trees stand dozens of feet tall, creating the perfect wallpaper image for you to take home. And if you're looking for a little oxygen refill, what better place to go than this forest? In fact, did you know that a single grove of bamboo produces 35% more oxygen than other trees? That's crazy, right? So breathe in the fresh air and enjoy the mesmerizing landscape of the soft winds gushing against the bamboo shoots, creating a magical, calming sound. Number 11. Keukenhof Park, the Netherlands. Often called the Garden of Europe, this floral haven is a truly enchanting place. From world-famous tulips and lilies to roses and carnations, this flower garden has everything you could think of. Located in Lis in South Holland, the park now sprawls over an area of 32 hectares and is actually the world's largest flower garden, featuring a seamless sea of tulips, daffodils, and hyacinths that are nothing short of a botanical dream. In fact, did you know more than a whopping 7 million flower bulbs are planted here in each season? Only a bus ride from Amsterdam, this fabulous floral treat is also home to the largest collection of lilies in the world. And not to forget, 800 different types of tulips. But where did it all start? Let's go back in time to Europe in the 15th century, when Countess Jacqueline of Bavaria owned and lived in a castle right on this very spot. Planting the first fruits, herbs, and vegetables, this place earned the name Kitchen Garden, or as they say in Dutch, the Keukenhof. Today, the park pulls in millions of visitors every spring when it's open to the public, once the flowers sway in full bloom. So if you want to experience something you'll never forget, this majestic park is a must visit. Number 10. Machu Picchu, Peru. If you're an ancient history fan, you've probably heard of the ancient ruins of Machu Picchu. Literally translating to the old mountain, this well-preserved city is like a portal in time. From the peaks of the Andes Mountains, exuding historic charm and glory, this architectural gem is a stunning relic of a low-cost Inca civilization. Dating back to the 15th century, we bet you'd be surprised to know just how developed the Incas were. Famous for being the greatest stonemasons in history, this prehistoric city is a truly purpose-built labyrinth of stone buildings and staircases. From temples and houses to baths and sanctuaries, this place will give you a teasing glimpse into the life of an entire thriving civilization that's now been lost to time. Situated more than 7,000 feet above sea level, it's not difficult to see why this old mountain has obsessed historians for so long. From an elaborate city map to the detailed stonework, it's nearly impossible not to fall for the mysterious charm of this place. Number 9. Benagil Sea Cave in the Algarve, Portugal. Evoking wonder and charm that's unmatched, the Sea Cave of the Algarve are one of the most beautiful and unique places to see in Portugal. If you have to choose between one of these caves, go for the Benagil Sea Cave, a truly remarkable work of nature. The Benagil is a massive sea cave with a gaping hole in its ceiling. This stunningly shaped cave is actually a product of long-drawn, natural processes. Taking place over the course of 20 million years, the action of water and wind on the rocks has created the most incredible rock formations on Earth. You can cruise your way to this majestic sea structure by boat, where you can dip your feet in the water, admiring the beautiful shades of gold and the amber rock walls. And if you're feeling more adventurous, you can gear up for a 7.4-mile hike that takes you all the way to the idyllic 7 hanging valleys, a true miracle of the sea. No list of beautiful places on Earth is complete without the famous sea caves of the Algarve. Number 8. The rice fields of Mu Can Chai, Vietnam. Where natural beauty meets the genius of man. Come discover this unique landscape in Vietnam. The rice fields of Mu Can Chai are one of the most beautiful terraced fields in Southeast Asia. Situated at the foothills of the Hoang Linh Sun Mountains, these rice paddies are actually built by members of the H Mong mountain community and can be best described as one of the most picturesque spots in the world. Home to a wide mix of ethnic groups such as Dao and Thais, the Mu Can Chai is far away from the humdrum of modern life. As the sun sets over the steep and rugged mountain terrain covered in a lush carpet of green, take a moment to breathe in the peaceful and serene view. Or maybe hop on a bike as you tour around the beautiful Khao Pha Valley. And if you fancy a little bird's eye view, head over to the Khao Pha Pass, the most beautiful pass in Vietnam and a paraglider's dream. Vietnamese citizens take great pride in this enchanting place, which is not only a source of national pride, but also the most popular tourist attraction among travelers from all over the world. Number 7. The Great Barrier Reef, Australia. Australia, the land down under, is mainly known as the natural home of kangaroos. But here's another one of Australia's natural wonders. Off the coast of Queensland, the Great Barrier Reef is the largest coral reef system in the world. Stretching over more than 13,300 square miles, the Great Barrier Reef is a breathtaking collection of more than 900 islands and 2,900 individual reefs, making it one of the most fascinating pockets of life on Earth. In fact, did you know the Great Barrier Reef is so massive it can be seen from space? With more than 600 types of hard and soft coral and 1,500 species of fish, this is the most biodiverse marine spot known to man. However, thanks to climate change and pollution, the Great Reef is now facing a major threat. According to a study by the Australian Institute of Marine Science, in the past 40 years, half the reef system has been lost due to coral bleaching and storm damage. As one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, it's undeniable that the Great Barrier Reef is one of the most fascinating and complex ecosystems in the world, and a true wonder to behold. Number 6. Amazon rainforest in South America. Speaking of complex and beautiful ecosystems, how could we possibly skip this one? The legendary forest of the Amazon and the most incredible natural setting in the world. Roughly the same size as the entire United States. Did you know the Amazon rainforest covers more than 40% of the massive continent of South America? Nourished by the mighty Amazon River, the rainforest is watered by more than 1,100 tributaries, which form an impressive network of waterways stretching for more than 6,800 kilometers. This fascinating forest is home to 400 indigenous tribes, with many who still haven't had any contact with the outside world. Despite covering only 1% of the planet, the Amazon is home to over 10% of all wildlife. This includes deadly creatures like electric eels, jaguars, and some venomous snakes. Living in 400 billion trees that cut across 16,000 different species, these rainforests are also rightfully known as the lungs of the world. The treetops and foliage form such a thick canopy roof above that the forest floor in the Amazon engulfed in permanent darkness. And whenever it rains, which is a lot, it takes 10 minutes for the water to reach the ground. Pretty insane, right? Guess the Great Amazon sure does live up to the hype. Number 5. Bagan, Myanmar. Bagan, or the so-called Sea of Temples, is probably the most famous historical landmark of Myanmar. With thousands of Buddhist temples found within a small area of 4 square kilometers, this valley of 1,000 pagodas is the ultimate Buddhist-style retreat. In fact, did you know that during its heyday, this place was home to more than 10,000 Buddhist structures, the largest concentration of Buddhist temples in history? Here you can enjoy some truly breathtaking views of this forested valley as you peacefully soar above in a hot air balloon. And once your feet do hit the ground, feel free to walk your way to the Damanyagi Temple, the largest temple in Bagan that dates back to the 12th century. So if you're an avid lover or follower of Buddha, this stunning temple complex is the best pick for you. Number 4 is the Maldives. A group of more than 1,000 islands, the Maldives is one of the most stunning locations on Earth. These islands, known as the Pearl of the Indian Ocean, were formed over 60 million years ago in a volcanic explosion. A refreshing breeze of beach paradise, with pearly white sands and emerald green waves, and home to over 5,000 coral reefs, this tropical paradise is one of the most visited island chains in the world. So come revel in the coastal charm of this beautiful archipelago, home to some of the best spas in the world. Maldives, undoubtedly a true traveler's dream. Number 3, the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon is a mile-deep abyss sculpted by the powerful Colorado River, and it's a gorgeous natural wonder. This enormous gap, which looks out over a vivid canyon wall and a wide ravine, is Arizona's most recognizable landmark. The Grand Canyon is without a doubt the most beautiful of all the canyons in Arizona. Plus, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. You can either choose to camp in the national park or stay at a grand hotel when you visit. This place is a true tourist hotspot, with beautiful views of the roaring springs and hiking paths in the well-known South Rim. Given its beauty and status as a major tourist attraction, it's not surprising that the Grand Canyon's annual visitor count is 6 million. Number 2. Wulingyuan Scenic Area, China. Inspiration for the fictional world of Avatar. If you don't visit the famous Wuling Mountains of China, sorry to say, you're definitely missing out. Situated deep in central China, the Wuling Scenic Area is one of the most striking landscapes in Asia, and is also a part of a World Heritage Site, where thousands quartz sandstone pillars spiral great heights into the sky. This place is a nature lover's dream. So, savor the magnificent view of the dense green forest amid cascading waterfalls and deep ravines. It's safe to say the Wuling Mountains are the most scenic spot in China. And number 1, Vatnajökull National Park. One of the best places to see the northern lights, this magical park is the most popular travel spot in Iceland. Once you set your eyes on the world's most breathtaking and largest glacial lagoons, stunning ice caves, and glaciers, you might just get hypnotized and never want to leave. In fact, at 814 feet, did you know that Jökulsárlón Lake, often called the Jewel of the Park, is actually also the deepest lake in Iceland? Book yourself a tour of the Crystal Ice Cave to enjoy this luminous phenomenon, sure to leave you completely spellbound and swept right off your feet. Although the northern lights are mostly green, on more intense aurora nights, you can see electrical hues of pink, red, purple, and blue. And if you also happen to be a wildlife enthusiast, brace yourself to spot huge colonies of seals and seabirds. And that's it for the 20 most beautiful places in the world. Well, at least for now. Let us know in the comments section below which place swept you off your feet. We'll be back with more amazing travels, so you might want to hurry up and hit that bell button so you don't miss out. And until then, bon voyage!